of life. This is titled The Cold Breakfast, served with a very warm heart. This story is about a young couple in Ikoyi, Lagos, Nigeria, Southwest. This couple have been married for about 5.5 years. They are both Christians. They believe in the power of God, and they have been believing God for what is called the fruit of the womb, that is for a child of their own. And they have done series of tests, two of which were done in two teaching hospitals in Lagos. That is Lagos University Teaching Hospital and Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. They did these tests, and the test certifies that the wife, who happened to be Titi, was okay. And Dayo, being a very busy man, did not bother to check the results, because it was Titi that went to collect the results in both cases. And when she saw the results, she kept them and their life continued, believing God, praying unto God for his miracle in their life. They believe in God that in his own time he will do it. And there are stories of different couples that have to wait for some years before they start to have their own children because of maybe resource compatibility, a lot of other things. And we know there is nothing impossible with God. We believe, and they believe. However, the mother-in-law, that is the husband now, called Dayo, did not share the same principle and faith and philosophy with them. She was always hounding Titi, calling her different names, haunting her with different sets of ridicules, calling her a she-cock, calling her a he-goat, and a lot of other names. However, in spite of all this, she kept her cool, respect her mother-in-law, continue her duty as a wife in the home. And the mother-in-law continued to warn her, you must give me, I want a grandchild from you. You have to, or else. She left. She always leave the statement hanging. So they continued their life. However, one particular Saturday evening, maybe after 4 p.m., Dayo went out as he was going to the club to relax with his friends, and he came back a short while later with a young lady in tow. Welcome, Titi greeted, and Dayo said, well, good evening, my dear. I just have good news for you. This young lady you see by my side, her name is Cecilia, and she's pregnant for me. She's carrying a baby, a son, to be precise. She henceforth she'll be living with us, and because of her condition, the doctor says she needs to rest very well, and so that means you help with the cooking and with the cleaning. At times you help with her clothes. You understand? You've been a good wife. You've been a good friend. You've shown good understanding. So I believe you continue to do that for the sake of our home and for the sake of the boy that will be born by Cecilia. Titi was in shock. She didn't know what to say. She didn't know what to believe, as if she was watching a Nollywood movie, as if it was a dream she was to wake up from. Please give thumbs up, share your comments, and suppose you are in Titi's shoe, what will you do? If you are a friend or sister, or what will you advise her to do? So she said, okay. And that's how Cecilia said to live with them. And like Titi promised and agreed to do, she will cook the meals. The house help that help to do with the cleaning and washing, and but Titi going to oversee their actions. And Cecilia said to live as the queen of the home. And the mother-in-law did not stop her hand. She said, you see yourself, see your life. What you could not do over the years, that's what this girl has done. That's a real woman. That's a real woman. Short while later, Cecilia gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. Dayo was over the board. Oh, I shouting all over the place. I'm a father, I'm a father, I'm a father. Congratulations to me. Titi, rejoice with me, I'm a father. And the mother-in-law continued. See yourself, see your life. That's how the story continued. On the day of the naming ceremony in Ikoyi, Lagos, Dayo killed a cow. And it was a very outstanding party that was organized. He even bought what is called Asoebi in Nigeria. That is clothes that are bought by relatives to celebrate, and okay, all of them will wear the same material for the outfit, though they sew different designs. She bought for landlords on the street where they are in their neighborhood that they live in, and some of his friends on the street, and his club members, all of them came. It was a glorious, glamorous party with plenty of dancing and eating. So Titi and her friends were there. The Titi head danced. And when it's time for them to give the gifts to the child, according to the tradition, she got up and went to give her own gift to the child. And along with that, she had a small manila envelope that she put to Dayo at the top table. Dayo was at the top table with Cecilia, with the mother-in-law, with Jide, Dayo's best friend, savoring the day and the moment. Please remember to give your thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share your comments accordingly. So Dayo thought it was maybe vehicle papers that were in the envelope, or maybe estate documents. So he opened it with a large heart and with had great expectation. By the time he brought out the papers from the envelope, he saw that none of his expectations were on the papers. They were hospital test papers and his fertility test. It showed that his wife has everything in place. Ovaries intact, fallopian tubes intact, a womb intact, no fibroid, no addition, no infection, nothing. Because she had kept herself all through her youthhood, all through her teen years and the early youths. So no infection, nothing. So our system was okay. So thank you for reflecting with me on this Inuga Reflections. As we share stories that tell the yarn, remember to share your comment. If you are in Titi's shoe, what will you do? So he read, Titi, okay, what about his own report? His own report, he has zoospermia. That means zero sperm count. That means his ejaculation, his semen, did not contain any sperm that is healthy sperm that could father a child. So 0% sperm. That means under medical conditions, medical circumstances, Dayo could never and can never father a child. And it was discovered later that when Dayo was a child, he had mumps. And these mumps were not treated on time and treated very well. So this one developed into secondary problem that affected his testicles and genital system, and that would destroy his sperm production system. And that's why he became a sterile man. But because Titi loved him so much, she did not want to embarrass him. And as believers, she wants to make him to continue to feel like a real man, not to become depressed or despondent, believing God that in his own time, God the miracle worker, God that make way where there is no way, God that made water to flow in the desert, God will do it for them. And zero sperm will become million sperm count that can father the child. However, Dayo did not know that. Now, it is clear to him. His mother was there. His mother was shocked. Then his mother said, everybody, the party became silent. The music had to stop. How do you contemplate music when you learn that the man celebrating his son was celebrating what was not his in the first place? That his noise had been on the faulty foundation. That everything had been set up on nothing, on the falsehood. Now Titi collected the mic and said, well, I've known this all along. However, because of my love for you, Dayo, I said to keep it because we both believe God, because of the hope we share, because of the love we share. Let's hold on to God. What cannot be done doesn't exist with God. That's why we believe with God, nothing shall be impossible. Isn't that what we believe? That's how we do that. It's not that I said to keep it from you. It's to help to maintain your mental health. It's help to encourage you to keep doing what you can do best. Believing God and holding on to your faith in God. However, since you have chosen to go this way, good luck to you. Ask your friend here, Jide, who is the father of the child, and look at the face of the child very well. Look at the facial feature. Especially look at the nose, and look at Jide. Then you can ask him again, Jide, do you know the father of this boy? Cecilia, sitting regally dressed, that had been tormenting and eyeing Titi all along over the past days and weeks, went white on her seat. Nowhere to run to. That's the question for her to answer. Who actually is the father of this child? But Titi did not wait for all those questions to be answered. They left them with it. Said, well, however, I've packed my bag. I'll be leaving in a while. Remember, the house we live in Ikoyi here, belongs to me. It's our family property. It's an inheritance from my father, who happens to be a retired judge in the Federal High Court in Nigeria. So I give you 48 hours to please vacate out of the residence. I'll be leaving. When I'm back, I don't want to meet you in the house. And Titi happened to be a very good lawyer with a high court on Lagos Island. And so she knows the law. And while this was happening, she already did her own work. So she served him without any animosity. She served him the cold breakfast with a warm heart. I love you, I care for you, but you have drawn the line and you have crossed the line. I wish you good luck. So that's how she went to the house, took her bag, and went to a very good hotel. I won't mention the hotel. We have about 3 or 4 of them on Lagos, Victoria Island in Lagos. We have a hotel, we have a Koi hotel. She went to one of them and just chill herself, thanking God that she still has everything intact. She was well brought up by her parents. She operated with growth mindset, principle of positivity, not trained to nurse animosity, hatred, or ill feeling towards anyone. But she was taught that when there is life, there is hope. And thank God, everything in her body is still intact. And from Dayo, she didn't know he had been playing around. So everything's okay. She has made up her mind to move on. And the story became, well, I think Ikoyi is the elite place, one of the elitist places in Lagos. The thing was on the media, and that's how the story went. So please, once again, subscribe to my channel, give thumbs up, and share your comments. If you are in if you are in Titi's shoe, will you have done it differently? If you are Titi's brother or sister, will you have counseled her to the process and the whole issue properly? And suppose Dayo comes back to her, I'm sorry, please give me a second chance. Will you advise Titi to give him a second chance, or she should move on and do look, pray to find someone who will love her for who she is, who will take her for who she is, who will be able to go through the thick and thin with her? And probably she's wiser now. She will decide that the man will have to do fertility test first, in spite of whatever. This one now, it has gone beyond emotion and simple trust. Let the person do fertility test, can know yes. So your issue of the not being able to mother a child and the thing will not come again. Say once beaten, twice child. Like the Bible says, affliction should not rise up a second time. What's your own opinion on that? Once again, thank you for reflecting with me on this Inuga reflection. Give thumbs up. I may explain a thumb your comments. This is dedicated to your well-being, to your joy, to your mental health, and to your better tomorrow. Once again, thank you. Until we meet again on this same channel.